Huh.
Hey, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. It is.
Slightly later than we'd planned to record this,
Yes,
but it is Wednesday.
it
As
is.
Donald Trump decided that the world is ending, feels a bit like it.
He's charging the world for it.
Wow, it's like, geez, heavens above. I've actually got a story for you um,
I
that you might be
suspect
able to relate to that I got really grumpy about yesterday. One of my, well, I'll take my gum out. Sorry, that's the thing people get grumpy about. There, gum gone. I didn't spit it on the ground. That's the other thing that people get grumpy about. Don't do that, whatever you do. Um, so I had this subscription which I paid 160 odd pounds for last year, and they tried to take the subscription.
is it a software?
No, it's a airport pass thing.
Okay.
Paid 160 pounds for it last year, and they tried to take the payment, and the payment failed. So they asked me to update my card. So I updated the card, and they tried to take it again, and it failed again. And it's like, oh God! So I had to call customer services, and I talked to a very nice guy who was very polite and very apologetic and very blah blah. I don't care about your apology, really. To be honest with you, I just let's just do this thing.
Scripted
And so
apology.
he took all my details, and I thought, well, this is all gonna go fine. And he went, and so that'll be £229 and 99 pence. I went, what? I'm sorry, what? It was £159 last year. And he went, oh yeah, that was the special deal because it was the first year. It's like, what the actual fuck? Um, and I went, well, I'd quite like that deal again. I'd quite like a deal because you obviously, you know, otherwise I'll cancel it. And he went, well, I can't do that. I went, you might not be able to, but your manager will be able to. So could you escalate my call to the next level,
Because you know,
please?
and I know that if we cancel now, I'll pick up that offer on the web and rejoin.
Uh-huh. Totally. And I already said that to him as well. You know, that's what I'll do if we.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was on hold for about 7.5 minutes. I'd already asked him where he was. He was very honest. He was based in South Africa. Their call center's in South Africa, but he spoke perfect English and was very polite. 7.5 minutes on hold when I was kind of fuming by this point. And he comes back and he says, there are no managers available. And I went, I'm sorry, I just don't believe you. I've been around enough call centers in my lifetime to know there is always a manager available. And if you go and ask again, maybe I said, maybe you could get up and actually physically walk over there and ask. He went, oh, I did do that. I went, did you? And I don't know whether he did. I don't know whether, and I went, so in your whole call center, you've got one manager and he's not available.
Could you just check the stock room for me?
Yeah, yeah. He said, oh, the guy's actually not at his desk. I went, well, should he be? And it's like, I don't know where he is. It's like, well, I need to talk to him. And if you can't escalate me there, escalate me to the next level. And it's like, oh, that is really annoying. So I've ended up cancelling it and picking up another offer and redoing it from year one. But it's still more money. So they shoved their price up since last year anyway, even with the opening offer.
Who hasn't? I've got one that you'll relate to. You started to teach me some bits and pieces on Adobe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, don't even get me started about Adobe. It's like, if you don't know at home, that's like video editing software, audio editing software, picture editing software, all of that kind of stuff.
So I did a subscription,
Yeah.
because the subscription had gone over by a year, you've got to do the full
Yes.
year on the next one.
No.
So yeah, be warned about this. So when I went to cancel it, she said, "Oh, that'll be £120 to cancel." What? I've been with you like three years, and she went, "Yes, but you've got you took out what we call the reduce. So you're paying for you subscribe for a year, but we space the payments over 12 months." So I said, "Well, that's ridiculous. After all this time, that's ridiculous."
Oof. Yeah.
So anyway, the best she could do, he or she could do, I can't remember now, was to give me 3 free months because I've got 6 months left to run on it.
Yeah.
Give me 3 free months, and
Yeah.
then I can cancel you can only notify them within 3 months that you intend to cancel. So I know it's all this, yeah. So you've got to be very careful. So I said, so after these, because it will be £120 or £60 to cancel in 3 months.
Yeah.
At the end of it. So so she said, you've got to remember to call back in 3 months. That's
outrageous. It should be the law that they have to send you an email at the 3 months and at the 1 month.
Maybe they did, and I just didn't spot it.
It goes to spam. Yeah, maybe. They send so much spam anyway.
I'm going to find last year's email probably, and put it on VIP so it pings. So I can relate to subscriptions. And funny enough, I just I don't want to be grumpy, but I want to talk about something.
Be grumpy. That's what people tune in for. Remember the title of the show, love.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just quickly. I'm going to share the screen.
Oh, blimey!
This is being heavily promoted on
Boyzone. Yeah. Okay.
The documentary on Sky.
Yeah.
On Sky documentaries. And it's of an era. It's of an era. If you're but you'll know Ronan. You'll know he's still hanging around.
Okay.
And it's 3 parts, and it's talking about their. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. But to get, because I haven't got Sky and I haven't got any subscriptions. I haven't got, I haven't got Virgin or whatever it's called. I haven't got Sky. I haven't got anything. I've just got Freeview. But you can, whenever I wanted to watch the Oscars, I always subscribe to Now TV, which includes
for a week for free.
For a week for 7 days for free.
Yeah.
It was the following year you did it on a different credit card. You could. Well, they've got Wise to it now, haven't they? They've got Wise.
Yeah, of course they have.
So Now TV, you have to subscribe again for the whole year.
Ooh.
For the whole year. And it's $6.99, and then spread over 12 months, it's $6.99. But that's not even any movies. That's just the basic, like Sky One's documentary.
Yeah.
So it's like I refuse to pay that just to watch a 3 hour. So I managed.
I'm pretty sure you can go around to one of your friends' houses who's got Sky Q and watch it there.
Better still, I got somebody to lend me their login.
Their login
for Now TV. So I ended up watching it, but I had to go around the houses to get there.
On subscriptions, Paramount Plus has gone up to £70 and 99 pence, £71 this year. Like bloody hell.
There was something I was. This is going to turn into a subscription episode, isn't it? There was something I was reading yesterday.
It already has
about the regrading of the television. In the UK, we have television license for our national state broadcaster. Independent television as well with adverts, but our state broadcaster is funded by an annual license.
I think you have to add really that to be allowed to watch any television, to be allowed to watch a television set live for any channel, but equally, even if you stream BBC services or ITV or Channel 4, even if you stream them, you still have to pay a TV license.
No. Live TV, you pay a license.
Okay.
Streaming ITV, Channel 4, anything else, you don't need to have a license for now.
Okay.
And because of that, people are dropping out of the TV license. And
saying,
I can do without BBC. So what they're saying is that the BBC is something like around about 1.5 million houses.
Wow.
Dropped out.
Wow.
That's a lot of money lost. So the government are regrading what you need to have a license for. And
I knew that would happen.
It's going to include streaming services like
of course
Netflix.
It is. I thought it already had, but
no,
it doesn't surprise me. And actually, I say, probably quite sensible.
Well, to you and me, yes, but to rebellious people that are saying, "But I haven't got a television; I've only got a monitor."
Yeah,
that's a different.
Well, let them prove it in court.
Well, quite. But they're talking about the whole, if you have to physically have a license but you don't have a television, how that can be enforced, because you can watch Netflix.
I mean, to be fair, if they're putting it on Netflix and you watch Netflix on your phone, if you watch Netflix, then you will need a license. That's kind of the way that they're going.
That's the kind of way that they're going.
But
I can see it being 10, 15 years before they get there with
agreed. That. I think it might be a battlefield, and I think the BBC, the state broadcaster in Britain, might take adverts before then.
Well, I've been thinking about this, and I think we might have even had a discussion on this, you and I, is that if they start taking adverts to reduce the license fee to appease all these people that don't like the license fee, who ends up paying for these adverts?
Well, consumers do.
Exactly.
Consumers pay for adverts. Let's not be in any doubt about it.
Everyone's assuming that the independent television channels are free. They're not. You're paying for it every time you pick up a parcel, or every time you buy a Coca-Cola.
It's a good example. Absolutely.
Every single time.
Yes.
Every single time. And the more of those things you consume, the more of it you're paying.
Talking of which, going right back to the beginning of the episode where I mentioned Trump, there's a massive thing going on in Britain right now about boycotting American goods, because only by boycotting American goods will the American companies put pressure on Trump to back down on stuff. And it's like, I don't know whether that would work. But...
Give me an example. What do they produce? And I don't mean that in a facetious...
So like Coca-Cola. So for instance, take out all Coca-Cola products, which of course includes Costa now. So bad for me. By boycotting, not banning it, by boycotting, so you don't buy it anymore. So in Britain, they would see a massive dip in sales because of a boycott, that Coca-Cola in America would go, Donald, we need to talk, because money talks. And that's the thing that Donald Trump understands. Money.
And if something like that happened, I can see Richard Branson launching Virgin Cola.
But Virgin Cola tasted like shit.
I know. But the rebels will go, yes, we'll buy Richard, and we'll make him wealthier.
Fair. Yes. Interesting. Anyway, this is a relatively shorter episode, but there is something that I want to trail, because it's going to be Valentine's Day. So we're on the 5th of February now. Valentine's Day in just under a fortnight.
I'm free.
I've been listening to a thing where people say, and I'd like people's opinions in the comments if that's possible, where they say the one, they are with the one. Now, I don't believe there is a the one. I believe there are many the ones.
You just haven't met them.
Well, no. But what happens if they're in China and you never meet them? I believe that there are many.
There's lots of the ones. You just never met them.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'd love to know what people think in the run-up to Valentine's Day, and then we'll do an episode probably next week. Next week's one is closest to... Where are we now? Next week is the 12th, so that's going to be our pre-Valentine's episode.
Yeah. Why don't we do if you've met... And where did you meet them?
Yeah. And then let's do things that we're... lovey-dovey things that we're grumpy about, because we're both single.
The cost of roses shoots up next week.
Well, it always does. I did a family quiz. One of the questions was how many roses are sold. Didn't say whether it was bunches or individual roses. Didn't say whether it was Britain or around the world. But the answer was 220 million.
For Valentine's.
I reckon that's probably bouquets.
It's pronounced bouquet.
B-U-C-K-E-T.
B-U-C-K-E-T. Richard. And that's just for Valentine's.
Just for Valentine's Day. Yeah.
That's a lot of stems in the bin a week later, isn't it?
Yeah. And a lot of just gypsophila or gypsophilia, depending on how you say it, that white stuff that goes around. Yeah.
Spray stuff.
Anyway, so that's going to be coming up next week. We'll talk about love.
Okay. Well,
Can you do the little heart?
I almost finished. I almost finished talking about love. I almost finished talking about it. If you've got Sky documentaries, please watch this, because you have, because you've got Virgin. It's absolutely fascinating about what we all suspected was going on, but actually is now being confirmed from the mouths of the band and Louis. So we always used to joke about how there's always somebody in a girl band or a boy band where they never turn the microphone on. They just, and here they are. They've confirmed it. They've confirmed it that at the very beginning they only could afford 2 live microphones, so 3 of the microphones were dummies.
I genuinely don't know enough about Boyzone apart from Stephen Gately and Ronan Keaton. They were the only ones that I kind of remember. I don't even know who the others are.
The 3rd episode talks about Stephen and his untimely death.
Very sad. Very sad.
Which was incredibly sad. But the 2nd episode talks about how the newspaper dragged him kicking and screaming out.
Marky, you see, we were on such an uplifting note, and you've taken us right down there again. Right down for the end of the episode.
We are grumpy. Oh,
That is true.
Let's get happy again. Happy. Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Danny, like and subscribe. And we're gonna be together for next week's one. Yeah. Hopefully, if our diaries work.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, it's a quick one. What are we up to? Oh, actually, 20 minutes. Yeah,
it's not that quick.
Right. Do us a turn, won't it? Okay,
all right. Do us a turn.
Right.
Lots of love, everyone.